Alright, so in this video I'm going to migrate my canisters app from caffeine onto my own canisters on the Internet Computer Protocol. And so I'm going to try to do this using the Grok Build, which is a super cool app I've been using to code with and stuff. Super easy to install. To install Grok Build, all you do is you enter this line in the Mac, or this in your PowerShell in Windows. You also got something for npm, your node. But to start up Grok Build, you're going to go to your project folder and just start a new terminal. And after it's installed, all you do is type Grok, and it will start up Grok Build. And so to enter your prompts, all you do is you enter your prompts into this command line here, and you talk to it just like you would with any other app to vibe code. But so what we're going to do is we're going to move this canisters app over to from Caffeine AI. Right now it's on caffeine. I'm going to try to have Grok Build completely migrated over and deployed on chain using some canisters that I have built. So I've got these canisters right here. Canisters, no calf front and no calf back. That's going to be the front end canister and the back end canister. First thing you want to do is make sure that you have control of those canisters from your terminal, and so you'll have the ICP client installed, all that good stuff. But so right here, I'm just going to ask it to say, what is the PID for the current internet identity I am using in this terminal? And then it'll look that up and it will get back to us. So it's going to do whatever it has to do to find out, do the command that'll tell it what our PID is. And we're going to want to make sure that that PID is displayed as a controller in each one of these canisters. And if it's not, you would want to add it. So right here, here's the current principal. So it tells us it's 7WVA3, and the last 3 WAE. So we're going to go ahead and make sure that's a controller here, and it is. So I've already added it as a controller. You just want to make sure that the canisters you're using have your terminal PID as the controller. And you can create new identities in there too. Grok Build will help you do that. So now let's go back over here, check that other canister. Let's go to the dashboard. So that was the front end. We'll check the back end too. Make sure it's a controller. And if it is, then we'll go ahead and we'll just tell Grok Build to clone the project files from GitHub after I've exported them from Caffeine, and then deploy them and use these canisters as the front end and back end canister. So we'll see. I haven't tried it with Grok Build. I think it'll be able to do it with the other things I've had it do. So we got control of this canister also. So now that we have both those canisters, I'm just going to go ahead and start entering this prompt. I'm going to say, hold on, first we'll go to caffeine, because I'm going to want to clone the project from this repository. Alright, say right now I want to clone the project from this repository. And then deploy the project to the Internet Computer Protocol blockchain using this canister. Then I'll give it the here's the back end canister. I'll just say boom. I'll say using this canister as the back end canister. And this canister Go get that other canister as the front end canister. Alright, we got our front end canister here. Oh, that's the wrong one. I almost copied the wrong one. So this canister as the front end canister. So yeah, you gotta be careful because I could have totally just redeployed a new canister or redeployed an old canister as something completely different. Then that project would have been totally messed up. But okay, and so now it knows what canisters to use. I actually have a prompt that I like to throw in at the end here. So right here it says make any edits necessary to any of the project files to implement the changes and use any relevant skills to assist. Make sure we remain conservative on the cycles usage in the app. That one's important because or else sometimes it'll let heartbeats and stuff like that out calls just run amok and burn up cycles. So I always add that in. And then I also tell it to fetch the skills from it's from this site here. It's skills.internetcomputer.org. You just copy this here and put that into your LLM, and it helps a whole bunch. Now I'm going to say commit and push the changes to GitHub. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to change that a little bit, but we are going to use this at the end of our prompt. I'm telling it to use the skills, all that good stuff. So I'll tell it, yeah, analyze the current project files. To determine what changes need to be made to deploy the project on the new canisters. And then come up with a way to make it happen. Alright. Alright, so I told it to clone the project from this repository. Say then initialize. Yeah, then run git init to create a fresh git instance project. Alright, so I think that's our prompt we're going to go with. I think it'll work good for us. Oh yeah, the important part. Deploy the updated project files. There we go. You gotta make sure it actually deploys to the IC network. So we'll go ahead and pop that in there. Okay, I'm gonna run it, and so it's literally gonna do everything, I'm assuming. So we'll see if it's gonna. I told it to go ahead and clone that project. That's the current project in caffeine. Then I told it to use those canisters we just created over here, or that I created earlier over here. So we got that one, SM40Y, and that is going to be the back end. And then we got the Y2J7B that will be our front end. All right, I'm going to hit enter, and now Grok's going to go to work, and we'll see if it can do it. We'll see how long this takes. So that was 7:45 p.m. when it got the prompt. We'll see how long it takes for it to figure it out. Usually with the skills too, if it tries deploying or anything and runs into a problem, it can resolve it itself, so it's super good. Grok Build, it's great at editing stuff. It's been able to get past a lot of challenges. Some things it has issues with, but most things it runs right through it and it figures it out. It'll run into problems, but then it literally resolves it itself, which is super cool. So yeah, let's see if it does all the things I asked it to. It should be going to this repository here and getting the I should be cloning it into this folder I have right here. And I think it did. So see, it actually just cloned that. It's waiting to upload right now. That's a fresh clone that it made into the project folder that I opened this terminal in. So that's super cool. We fixed the mainnet IDs correctly. Inspecting how caffeine resolves canister IDs so we can wire. Okay. So it's trying to figure out, because caffeine does something different. It has the way it handles the canisters and wires them in. It's totally different. So now it's setting up all the project files so that it'll work with a fresh deployment from my terminal. Because this terminal doesn't have any control of the canisters on caffeine or anything. That's why we're using brand new canisters. And it's going to be like a brand new project when it gets deployed. Like this one, I've got a bunch of canisters, 109 canisters in here, a bunch of cycles. We got some ICP in here. But I'm going to move it from caffeine onto my own canisters. So I don't have to, it's more ownership. So I don't have to worry about anything. I'll have total control of the app. Caffeine's super cool for this feature alone, just exporting to GitHub, because that's what allows this. You can also do it with, when you go to your app settings, you can also download the files. I haven't done this yet, but we could probably do that the same way. I like using GitHub because then from that point I can keep making improvements and have it commit to GitHub so I can revert to my previous changes and stuff. But I mean, you could do that too if you download the files. You could just create a new repository and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna have to try that, because you could just download the files and then you would just start up Grok like in that file. Like if that was a downloaded file, you just open the terminal there, type Grok, and then give it some canisters, tell it to deploy, and it should deploy it for you. So right now it says it's building the back end and the front end canisters. Build succeeded. Okay, so now it's going to deploy. So it's already deploying. It's been 3 minutes 23 seconds and it's deploying, but it may run into issues. Watch, we'll see it here. It might run into issues. If it does, then it will try to resolve them. This is Grok Build here, right in the terminal, right? Alright. Deploy backend. Task completed. Deploy succeeded. Okay, so I think it actually deployed. I think we have successfully migrated it from caffeine onto these canisters that were created earlier. Oh, looks like it ran. See, it ran into a CSP issue. May block internet identity. So now it's figuring that out. So it's like it deployed it and then it kind of tested it out a little bit. So it literally deployed the canisters. We could probably go to that front end canister. Redeploy front end. So it's redeploying it. We'll just wait. We'll wait. But I bet you there's already something deployed on it, but it's still going through and testing it. It's doing it again. Oh yeah, so I did have a well-known on this one too. So hopefully I'll try to transfer that over. And what I mean by well-known is just a custom domain. So like, oh, here we go. It looks like Grok is done. This is when it starts typing like this, you know it's pretty much done. Deployment to the mainnet is complete. All right. Let's see if it gave us a URL to. Oh, see, and this is wrong right here. So, it gave us this URL, but that's not correct. So I'll show you what happens with this and how we need to change it. Why it did this, I don't know. I think it might do this often, but watch. So if we try to go here, that's not the. Oh wow. Okay, wow, that's super weird. That's the first time I've seen that that ending to it. Okay, so let's try it out. So it looks like it got migrated. So we got the ICP.net. So we got our canister ID .icp.net. That was the first time I've seen that. That's cool. All right, so we'll try to authenticate. Make sure authentication works. How long did it take it? So it took it about, it was 7:45, so 6 minutes to deploy it. That's really not bad. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and authenticate in here. All right, looks like we're up and running. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try to send some ICP over here and create a, I'm gonna try to create a canister and see if it works. Alright, so we'll just send 5 ICP. I probably shouldn't have sent that much now that I think about it, because what if it's showing the wrong account ID or something? But let's just hope that shows up here. Let me refresh it. Oh wait, I gotta view the account over here. Okay, good, it's there. Whew. All right, so we got our 5 ICP. Now I'm gonna try to create a canister over here on the canisters page. I'll just create canister. If this works, that'll be super cool. All right, canister name, test, or I'll just say available, so I know. Yeah, available test canister. Here's available canister. And then I'll just put one ICP. Let's see if we can create a canister with 1 ICP right now. After we had Grok Build migrate it, if we get a brand new canister in here, we'll check it out. And I'll say Grok Build is good. That was 6 minutes for it to migrate our project from caffeine. Oh, we created our canister here. Beautiful. All right, that's nice. Here's our canister information. I'm going to go ahead and add this identity as a controller over here. See, so it only has the app. That's the app as a controller. Plus, okay, so here's the one I want to add. Because currently it has the app as a controller, but also my PID from this app here. That's my user PID. I'm just going to go ahead and add my terminal PID, just because that's the one I'm always using and I want it to be ready to use when I need it. Let's make sure that works. Wow, looks like that's working. And so now we just created this canister. Let me go ahead. I'm going to go check on the dashboard over here. Where is it? Must be over here, huh? Let's do the dashboard. Alright, now I'm going to go search for that canister ID in here. We should see, nope, it's not there yet. Should pop up in here. There we go. Alright, controller. See, we got our controller we just added. It's the one from over here. So it looks like it migrated it on over. It's also got the app controller, I believe that was. Let me look at that. SM40Y. And that's also the back end canister ID, if you noticed. That SM40Y, I believe, was the canister we used for the back end. Let me check. SM40Y. So that is the one of the controllers. SM401. Yep, that's the app. But yeah, it looks like it works. So we just tested out Grok Build. Looks like it worked great. We migrated our project from caffeine over to our own canisters on the Internet Computer Protocol. If you ever want to make your own canisters, this app is currently on the caffeine app market. Canisters. Go ahead, remix it, create your own canister.